What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And it's not looking good if you want to finance a car right now, especially if you want to finance an EV. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. Guys, before we get into today's video, we got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel right now. We currently have up a package as the Dodge Charger, the 1969 Charger with the Hellcat swap, is closing out on the 17th of this month. So about 5 days from now, or at the time of me recording this video. It might be 4 or whatever by the time you're seeing this. With the best level of extra entries that has been up yet. And if you want to get in on it, not only do you get in on the 1969 Charger, but it will also give you the matching entries on the 2005 Dodge Ram V10 Viper truck that we just launched. If you want to learn about it and check both of them out, you can go to the link in the description down below, tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com. So you're like, hey, I'd like to pick up one of these Dodge Charger EVs, or I'd like to pick up one of these EQS Mercedes. Yeah, if you're not willing to bring like 30 to 40% of the vehicle down and a down payment, if you're financing, you're not getting financed. Now, there are exceptions to every rule, and yes, Stellantis Financial may finance these damn things. Chrysler Capital may finance them, but the days of, say, Allied Bank, Wells Fargo, Capital One, even credit, like even if you have shit credit acceptance is not messing with these cars because they're depreciating way too fast. And what I mean by that is the Dodge Charger, they just had an article that came out where that vehicle depreciated by $50,000 in a year. And this is nothing new. You know, the Model S was a prime example. If you guys remember the P100D that we did a giveaway with here on the channel, that P100D sold for brand new for $140,000. I bought it for $24,900 from Chop over at Tobin Automotive, right? That's an insane amount of depreciation, and it wasn't even 10 years old yet. I think it was like 8.5 years old at that point. Now I know you can say, well, your M5s are like that. That is true. I do buy my F10 M5s now for, between 25 to 30 grand, with decently low miles. Like some of the examples, like the new one is what, 30, or it's over 40,000 miles now, but that one was just 37 grand. So yeah, but not what you're going to pay for them new, 130, 140 grand. That's insane. Well, banks are getting tired of holding the bag. A lot of people, because it's credit, don't care. They'll see that they have, $40,000 in negative equity, and they'll just walk away from the damn loan. They'll just be like, you know what? We'll go through a credit repair company. We'll do X, Y, and Z. We'll just get it removed off our credit. I'm not dealing with this shit. And that's what's happening. And so banks are tired of the game. Banks are tired of the BS. And what they're doing is if you want, you can finance it. We'll take the loan, but you're going to put 30% down. You're going to put 40% down. And I'm not talking about 650 credit score people. I'm talking about people that have 710, 725 credit scores, right? Good credit, are having to put down massive amounts of money. And this is in the last 30 days to finance these vehicles because the banks, the notes are coming due. Prime example, at least in terms of the Charger, right? They had insane lease deals. Like people were getting this, and yes, they were low mile leases, right? So maybe 7,000 miles a year or 10,000 miles a year for 2 years, 20,000 miles. And the residuals on these things are bad for the banks. Oh my God, they're so bad. It's not like leasing, say, an M3 competition right now, which you would have equity when it comes time to turn that vehicle in. But the Charger, over 50% of the value gone. In some cases, 60 to 70% of the value gone. And the banks end up holding the bag. Because of these insane lease incentives, they didn't get enough of the vehicle out or back on these leases. The banks, all of these leases that came out in the beginning of 2005 when these 2024s were starting to come out, all of these leases now are coming in, and these residuals are going to hit these banks' books. And as these massive losses keep coming in, what do you think the banks are going to do? They're going to adjust. They're not going to lease these things. They're not going to finance these things unless you're putting insane amounts of money down. What does that mean? Well, it means the manufacturers can do two things. They can lower the price to make it more attractive for the bank to want to finance it, or they're just not going to make them. They're just not going to make them because there's no avenue to make money off of them. There's no reason to make them right now. The government's not going after them for carbon BS, so it's like, why are we building this shit? I want to know what you guys think. I think it's interesting to see that banks are starting to decline to finance these vehicles. It tells me that the bank, and that's when you know when something's going to change, is when the banks are like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. We're not playing this game. This is too expensive. This is hurting my pockets. We're not doing that. And when the banks start to do that, that's when it's a wake-up call. And I can tell you this, I have friends that work at car dealerships and own car dealerships. I mean, massive car dealerships for Dodge and other places all across the country. And the biggest thing they're saying right now is they're not doing it. Now, used, that's the other thing, the used EV market, if there's no, massive loss or whatever tied to that dealership or whatever, if they're picking those things up at auction, they're buying them things. I'll give you an example, like Tesla Model 3s are going at Manheim for like $7,500, right? And a dealer picks that thing up, puts it on its lot, sells it for $19,900. It doesn't even matter what the mileage is. And a bank will buy that at $19,900 because the book value is there for it, right? It's already depreciated over 50%. It's not as much of a loss or a risk of loss to the bank. But new EVs, yeah, be prepared. If you think you want to buy a new electric vehicle, be prepared to pay cash. Be prepared to put 30 to 40, in some cases 50% down if you want to finance one. And I think that alone is going to kill that market. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.